other people are saying about them and thinking about them, because you're going to get criticized when you start to produce.
Yeah, you are.
And everything. But then you have to allow people, you can't allow people's words to snare you and start making you doubt the gift that God has inside of you.
That's good.
So
That's
you
good.
are your wealth, and you got to go ahead and just show it. You got to do it. You got to make it happen. You know, I believe that. I do.
Now, are you telling your people, for instance, if I begin to see myself as worthy, then are you saying then that God will begin to place ideas in my mind about what I'm to do? In other words, I mean, ideas so I can make money, so I can have these things? Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, yeah, again, it starts with your mind. And I believe when you start thinking this way, talking differently, thinking differently, acting differently, then God will start sending men unto you. He says the gift will make room for you. And then also he will place you before great men. I'm a living witness. I'm on TBN.
Hot diggity dog.
If this ain't God making room,
look where you are,
and placing me before great men, then come on, you know, it works.
I love it. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, take us through some more of these keys. I want to make sure we cover them because they're so good. I would say, church, I hope you'll get this book and study. Honestly, I'm doing a series right now. You won't believe this. I probably shouldn't tell anybody this. I'm doing a series in my church called, you ready for this? How to Get Money from God.
Wow.
Because I took a survey in our church and I said, okay, what is the number one need that you have? Our church is an inner city church, multiracial, multicultural. So I said, what is the number one need you have in your life from God?
Right.
Over 80% of our people said money.
Right, and you know what? That will probably be in most churches.
You think it's true?
If people would tell the truth.
Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a shame that people have this number one need and we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about it. We're afraid to talk about it. We're afraid that Congress will say, "Oh, there he goes again, talking about money."
Here he goes.
It's money.
You go try to raise enough money for building. He's building something. I can tell.
You know, or worse yet, trying to put it in his own pocket.
Yeah, really.
Things like that. And we got to get from that. I mean, have you ever wondered why this is such a deep seated issue in the church? And you start thinking about that thing. I started thinking about this, and I said, the devil does not want us to grasp hold of this knowledge of how that we too can have wealth, and that we can master our money and use it for God's kingdom. Because if he knew that if we started to do this, we could have more TBN satellites.
That's true.
We have more TBN studios. We could have, and really reach out for the Lord in a powerful and bigger way. You know, and I want to start with the revolution.
Amen.
It's time for a revolution.
No question about it.
And to reach up and redeem our congregations. Our churches can't help anybody if we cannot help ourselves.
That's true. You can't pay the rent. It's tough to be involved in all those wonderful ministries, isn't it? You just can't do it. That's exactly right.
You know, and we can't support, you know, such ministries like TBN.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because I believe in tithing to your church.
Sure.
But then you also...
The church ought to be tithing too.
Exactly. The church ought to be tithing and then get to some missions and outreach and supporting such great, you know, ministries like this.
I agree totally. I told our folks the other day, I said, you talked about, in your book, you talk about having wealth for a reason.
Right.
And I told our folks the other day, I said, look, if you're just going to have wealth just for yourself, then just get a job.
Right.
Just get a job and quit griping about it. And whatever you make, right? If it's just about you. But if it's about you really being able to pour things into the kingdom, now you can begin to believe that God is going to open some doors for you and help you way beyond what you would be able to do by yourself.
Oh yeah. I talk about partnerships in here, the power of partnerships, how one can put to flight 1,000, two 10,000. But even when you partner with God, how many can you put to flight right there? You know,
He ought to count for a few, right? Amen. Yeah, that's good.
You know, so we should make God our ultimate partner.
Amen.
I'm God's junior partner. And I applied these principles in the world. And I saw them work in the world. And I said, you know what? I know these are rooted and grounded in the Bible. in the Bible. I saw successful business people give.
Yeah.
Give. They talk about tithing. Every book I read, secular book I read on success, talked about tithing, talked about giving, and everything. And so I said, that's straight out the Bible, straight out the Word.
Where they got it.
That's where they got
That's
it.
Cool.
And I said, it's interesting how church folks don't want to do this, but then the world will take it.
They understand the need for it.
They understand it, and they will run with it.